It's devastating to know that Olivia Newton-John's life has been ruined by her cancer. Not only that, she also lost her loved ones to that same cancer, making her life even more tragic. The question is, does Olivia Newton-John hate her cancer? Surprisingly, the answer is no. Although she cannot overcome this terrible disease in 2022, her contributions to fighting cancer are the clearest answer. However, Olivia Newton-John's tragedies do not stop there. Many unfortunate things happen to her that you will find out in this video. Let's get started. Olivia Newton-John's courageous battle with breast cancer spanned over 3 decades, a testament to her resilience and unwavering determination to confront adversity head-on. The journey began in 1992 when Newton-John received her initial diagnosis, a pivotal moment that would shape the trajectory of her life in profound ways. The road to diagnosis was fraught with challenges, as Newton-John's initial tests yielded negative results despite persistent pain in her breasts. Unwilling to dismiss her symptoms, she advocated for a surgical biopsy, a decision that ultimately confirmed her worst fear: breast cancer. In her memoir, Don't Stop Believin', Newton-John revealed that the cancer was estrogen-positive in situ, confined to her breasts, a diagnosis that initially offered a glimmer of hope for a swift resolution, as recounted by NBC News. Despite the limited extent of the cancer, Newton-John's journey towards healing was far from straightforward. Her doctor recommended chemotherapy treatment following surgery, a grueling regimen that tested her physical and emotional fortitude. Yet, Newton-John faced the challenges with characteristic grace and resilience, emerging from the ordeal with a renewed sense of purpose and determination to make a difference. For 2 decades, Newton-John experienced a reprieve from the ravages of cancer, embracing life with gratitude and optimism. However, in a cruel twist of fate, her battle took an unexpected turn following a car accident in 2013. The discovery of a lump on her shoulder led to a devastating revelation. The cancer had returned, metastasizing to her bones, a diagnosis that would propel Newton-John into a new chapter of her fight against the insidious disease. Despite the daunting prognosis, Newton-John chose to confront her battle with cancer in private, shielding her struggle from the public eye until 2018, when she bravely shared her journey with the world. Newton-John's personal experience with cancer fueled her passion for creating positive change, culminating in the establishment of the Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Center in Melbourne, Australia, in 2012. Guided by her belief in the importance of holistic healing, Newton-John ensured that the center offered a comprehensive range of mainstream and alternative treatments, including herbal remedies and cannabis therapy. However, the toll of her health struggles was evident in the ebb and flow of her professional endeavors as she navigated the complexities of balancing her artistic ambitions with the demands of motherhood and illness. In the latter half of the 1980s, Newton-John's career experienced a gradual decline, precipitated in part by her desire to prioritize her role as a mother to her daughter, born in 1986. This pivotal moment marked a transition in Newton-John's focus, as she shifted her attention toward nurturing her family and exploring alternative career avenues. One such venture was her foray into fashion merchandising with the launch of her chain of boutiques, Koala Blue, a creative endeavor that allowed Newton-John to explore her entrepreneurial spirit while diversifying her professional portfolio. However, despite her success in the fashion industry, Newton-John's singing career faced its own set of challenges. Newton-John's music career experienced a downturn in the late 1980s, with her later hit songs relying largely on the popularity of her earlier work, according to Billboard. The anticipated 1992 world tour for her new album, Back to Basics, held the promise of revitalizing her musical presence on the global stage. However, fate intervened when Newton-John received a devastating breast cancer diagnosis that year, forcing her to cancel the tour, a decision she described as one of the hardest things she ever had to do, in her autobiography, Don't Stop Believin'. Despite the setback, Newton-John's resilience and determination shone through as she embarked on a journey of healing and recovery. However, her optimism was tested once again in May 2017, when she received another diagnosis of breast cancer. Undeterred, Newton-John remained steadfast in her commitment to her music and her fans, choosing to cancel only the first half of her tour for June, dates while expressing her intention to return to the stage in August. Reportedly, the year 1992 marked a profound and challenging chapter in Olivia Newton-John's life, fraught with personal tragedy and unexpected health struggles. Amidst preparations for her upcoming concert tour, aptly titled Back to Basics, The Essential Collection, 1971-1992, Newton-John received devastating news that would irrevocably alter the course of her life. The heart-wrenching blow came in the form of a dual crisis: the dire prognosis of her father's battle with liver cancer and her own harrowing diagnosis of breast cancer. Newton-John's world was suddenly plunged into turmoil as she grappled with the weight of impending loss and her own mortality. The journey towards her breast cancer diagnosis was fraught with uncertainty and fear, punctuated by the sharp pains she felt in her breasts, as recounted in her autobiography, Don't Stop Believin'. Determined to confront the source of her discomfort, Newton-John underwent a series of tests, culminating in a surgical biopsy to ascertain the extent of her condition. Amidst this whirlwind of medical appointments and emotional upheaval, Newton-John received the gut-wrenching news of her father's deteriorating health. With unwavering resolve, she made the poignant decision to travel to Australia to be by her father's side during his final days. The poignant farewell to her father, Brinley Newton-John, marked the end of a remarkable life defined by courage and resilience. A veteran of British intelligence during World War II, Brinley played a pivotal role in the defeat of Field Marshal Erwin Rommel and contributed to the groundbreaking Ultra Project at Bletchley Park. His legacy as a codebreaker for the project's German Enigma codes underscored the magnitude of his contributions to the war effort. During a poignant appearance on The One Show, Newton-John was unexpectedly serenaded with a recording of her father's operatic singing, a touching moment that underscored the enduring bond between father and daughter. With characteristic humor, Newton-John playfully attributed her own singing prowess to her father's genetic legacy. Besides, amidst her own battle with cancer, Newton-John grappled with the heartache of bidding farewell to cherished friends, a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the indiscriminate nature of the disease. One loss that struck Newton-John to the core was the passing of her dear friend Kelly Preston, the beloved wife of her former co-star John Travolta. Preston's battle with breast cancer mirrored Newton-John's own struggles, creating a bond forged in shared adversity. Her passing in 2020, alongside the deaths of 3 or 4 other women known to Newton-John, cast a pall of sorrow over her world. Newton-John and Preston shared more than just a friendship. They were united in their commitment to advocating for children's health and environmental awareness. As collaborators in the Children's Health Environmental Coalition, they leveraged their platform to raise awareness about the dangers of pesticides and harmful household products. Together, they produced informational videos and lobbied Congress, catalyzing meaningful changes in legislation that safeguarded the well-being of future generations. The loss of Preston and other dear friends propelled Newton-John into a profound period of introspection and renewal. While grappling with the pain of their absence, she found solace in a renewed sense of purpose. Driven by a desire to transcend the confines of cancer and honor the legacies of those she had lost, Newton-John redoubled her efforts to support cancer research and advocacy. Preston's passing served as a catalyst for Newton-John's unwavering commitment to advancing cancer research and treatment, igniting a fire within her to effect positive change. Through the Olivia Newton-John Foundation, she channeled her grief into action, using her platform to raise awareness, fund research initiatives, and empower individuals affected by cancer. Despite the pain of loss, Newton-John's resilience and determination shone brightly, illuminating a path forward fueled by hope, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference. In honoring the memory of her beloved friends, she forged a legacy of love, courage, and advocacy that continues to inspire countless individuals around the world. The tragedies of Olivia Newton-John's loss of loved ones don't stop there. She also almost lost her beloved daughter, Chloe Lattanzi, during her childbirth. In 2002, Lattanzi embarked on her own theatrical odyssey, stepping onto the stage of the Australian production of Hair, as reported by The Age. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of her foray into the world of performance, laying the foundation for a career defined by artistic expression and creative collaboration. As Lattanzi matured, her artistic pursuits evolved, culminating in a poignant collaboration with her mother on the music video for the song You Have to Believe. The heartfelt duet showcased the undeniable chemistry between mother and daughter, underscoring their shared passion for music and the enduring bond that united them, as documented by IMDb. The tender moments shared between Newton-John and Lattanzi took on a profound significance following Newton-John's passing, with Lattanzi sharing a poignant video of them singing together from a song they released in 2021, as reported by USA Today. These cherished memories served as a poignant reminder of the enduring legacy of love and creativity that Newton-John bestowed upon her daughter. Yet, amidst the joyous moments of collaboration and artistic expression, the specter of tragedy loomed large in Lattanzi's life. In a revealing 2021 interview on the podcast A Life of Greatness, Newton-John disclosed the harrowing ordeal she faced during Lattanzi's pregnancy, as recounted by news.com.au. Newton-John navigated a labyrinth of complications that threatened both her own health and the well-being of her unborn daughter, casting a shadow of uncertainty over their future. In the face of adversity, Newton-John turned to faith, making a solemn pact with God to safeguard her daughter's life. In a heartfelt prayer, she beseeched divine protection for Lattanzi, pledging to recite the Lord's Prayer every night for the remainder of her days in exchange for her daughter's safety. This sacred vow bore witness to Newton-John's unwavering devotion to her daughter, a testament to the boundless depths of a mother's love. Lattanzi's birth in 1986, as noted by news.com.au, marked the culmination of Newton-John's fervent prayers and steadfast faith, ushering in a new chapter of hope and renewal. True to her word, Newton-John faithfully upheld her end of the bargain, reciting the Lord's Prayer each night as a testament to her enduring gratitude and reverence for the gift of her daughter's life. In addition to the family aspect and illness, tragedy also plagued Olivia Newton-John throughout her career. It is known that her country music achievements were initially snubbed by the industry. It cannot be denied that Olivia Newton-John's venture into country music in the early 1970s was a groundbreaking move that left an indelible mark on the genre. Hailing from Australia, she defied the odds as an outsider, capturing the hearts of country music enthusiasts with her soulful voice and undeniable talent. Her breakthrough came with the release of Let Me Be There in 1973, a single that quickly ascended the ranks, securing a spot at number 7 on Billboard's country chart. This success laid the foundation for her country music career, establishing her as a formidable presence in the genre. However, it was her iconic hit, If You Love Me, Let Me Know, that truly solidified her place in the hearts of country music aficionados. The song soared to number 2 on the charts and resonated deeply with audiences, earning Newton-John widespread acclaim. Yet, her transition into the realm of country music was not without its challenges. Despite her undeniable talent and chart-topping success, Newton-John faced resistance from certain quarters within the country music community. Traditionalists and purists viewed her presence as an intrusion into their sacred domain, sparking controversy and dissent. The pinnacle of this controversy came with her Grammy win for Best Female Country Vocal Performance, a recognition that stirred heated debate within the industry. However, it was her unexpected triumph at the Country Music Association (CMA) Awards that ignited a firestorm of criticism and discontent among established country luminaries. In a surprising turn of events, Newton-John was crowned Female Vocalist of the Year by the CMA in 1974, a prestigious accolade that surpassed the expectations of many. Her victory, achieved ahead of revered figures such as Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, sent shockwaves through the country music establishment, eliciting a mix of astonishment and resentment. The backlash to Newton-John's triumph at the CMA Awards was palpable, leading some influential figures within the industry to take decisive action. In response to what they perceived as an affront to traditional country values, luminaries like Tammy Wynette and George Jones banded together to form the Association of Country Entertainers, ACE, a rival organization aimed at challenging the dominance of the CMA. Although the animosity directed towards Newton-John was largely rooted in professional rivalry rather than personal animus, the sting of rejection and criticism undoubtedly left its mark. Despite her remarkable achievements and undeniable talent, she found herself caught in the crossfire of a contentious debate over the direction and identity of country music. Olivia Newton-John's legal battle against industry giant MCA Records marked a pivotal moment in her career and catalyzed significant changes within the music industry. At 30 years old, Newton-John found herself embroiled in a contentious dispute with the record label, stemming from allegations of contractual breaches and marketing mismanagement. The timing of the conflict was particularly precarious for Newton-John, as her career had experienced a temporary downturn following the peak of her success in the mid-1970s and prior to the release of the blockbuster film Grease. Amidst this lull in her career trajectory, Newton-John and her manager, Lee Kramer, voiced grievances regarding MCA's handling of her promotional efforts and contractual obligations. In a candid 1978 interview with Rolling Stone, Kramer publicly aired frustrations with MCA's marketing strategies, citing the label's failure to effectively promote Newton-John's music and capitalize on her star power. One of the key grievances centered around MCA's unauthorized distribution of free records to wholesale companies, a practice that violated Newton-John's contractual rights and undermined her potential earnings. Despite contractual stipulations requiring Newton-John's consent for such giveaways, MCA proceeded without her approval, further exacerbating tensions between the artist and the label. Determined to assert her rights and seek recompense for perceived damages, Newton-John and her legal team took decisive action, filing a lawsuit against MCA seeking $10 million in damages for breach of contract and inadequate promotion. MCA, in turn, retaliated with a $1 million countersuit, intensifying the legal standoff between the two parties. The stakes were high, with Newton-John's status as MCA's most lucrative client amplifying the significance of the dispute for both sides. MCA's lawsuit also sought to prevent Newton-John from seeking opportunities elsewhere, underscoring the gravity of the conflict for her career trajectory. Throughout the legal proceedings, MCA defended its marketing tactics, portraying the distribution of free records as an industry standard rather than a deliberate attempt to undermine Newton-John's interests. However, the case shed light on broader issues within the music industry, prompting scrutiny of contractual practices and promotional strategies. Ultimately, Newton-John emerged victorious in the legal battle, securing a favorable outcome that not only vindicated her grievances, but also precipitated significant changes within the music industry. The case set a precedent for future contractual agreements, ushering in a shift towards contractual structures based on album sales rather than fixed time periods. In addition, Olivia Newton-John's post-Grease musical venture, Xanadu, was one of the most anticipated releases of its time, but its reception took everyone by surprise. The 1980 roller skating musical fantasy, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter, presented a whimsical plot revolving around two men who establish a nightclub named Xanadu, both vying for the affections of the ethereal Newton-John. The twist of her character being revealed as Terpsichore from Greek mythology added an extra layer of intrigue to the storyline, as noted by Roger Ebert and People. Despite the high expectations and considerable investment, a hefty $20 million budget, and the legendary Gene Kelly's final cinematic appearance, Xanadu fell short of box office success, barely recouping its expenses, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Criticisms were not scarce, with Roger Ebert highlighting the film's reliance on stylized musical numbers over substantial storytelling, coupled with lackluster choreography. The movie's eclectic mix of musical styles from different epochs added to its disjointed feel, failing to resonate with audiences and critics alike. The disappointment surrounding Xanadu was so profound that it left an indelible mark on cinematic history. The film's underwhelming performance inspired the creation of the Golden Raspberry Awards, colloquially known as the Razzies, an annual ceremony dedicated to celebrating the worst in film. This ignominious distinction underscored the magnitude of Xanadu's failure and its enduring legacy as a cautionary tale within the entertainment industry. However, amidst the barrage of negative reviews and critical backlash, Newton-John maintained a pragmatic perspective on the film's reception. In an interview with Michael Parkinson of the BBC, as reported by Express UK, she candidly admitted to ceasing to read the unfavorable critiques, likening them to the initial reception of Grease. Newton-John emphasized the importance of audience opinion, highlighting their ultimate role as arbiters of cinematic success and relevance. Olivia Newton-John's unwavering integrity and business acumen were on full display in 2006 when her company, O&J Productions Lenity, took legal action against Universal Music Group Inc. over alleged unpaid royalties from the iconic 1978 Grease soundtrack album. The lawsuit, as reported by USA Today, sought to reclaim $1 million in royalties that Newton-John believed were rightfully owed to her. Universal Music Group Inc. swiftly dismissed the lawsuit as meritless, seeking to have the case summarily dismissed. However, the court found Universal's arguments for dismissal to be unfounded, paving the way for further legal proceedings. Ultimately, Universal opted to reach a conditional settlement with Newton-John, as documented by the San Diego Union Tribune, acknowledging the legitimacy of her claims. Newton-John's decision to pursue legal action stemmed from her unwavering commitment to receiving fair compensation for her artistic contributions. While acknowledging that Universal had indeed paid some royalties, Newton-John remained steadfast in her pursuit of every penny she had rightfully earned, a sentiment echoed by many in her position. The Grease soundtrack album stands as one of the best-performing soundtracks in film history, with estimated sales exceeding 30 million copies, according to Yahoo News. The monumental success of the album was fueled by chart-topping hits, such as the electrifying duet You're the One That I Want, performed by Newton-John and John Travolta, which is believed to have sold 6.5 million copies on its own. However, the legacy of Xanadu held one enduring positive outcome for Olivia Newton-John, her marriage to Matt Lattanzi. Their love story unfolded on the set of the film, where Lattanzi served as a backup dancer, as recounted by People magazine. Despite their notable 11-year age difference, the pair forged a deep connection amidst the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, defying conventional expectations to embark on a journey of love and partnership. Their union bore fruit in the form of a daughter, Chloe Rose, who became a cherished symbol of their love and commitment. However, despite the joyous moments shared as a family, their marriage faced its share of challenges and trials. The strains on their relationship became particularly pronounced in the wake of Newton-John's battle with cancer, a harrowing ordeal that tested the bounds of their love and resilience. As Newton-John fought bravely against the insidious disease, Lattanzi stood steadfast by her side, offering unwavering support and solace during her darkest hours. According to accounts from Newton-John's niece, Lattanzi's unwavering loyalty and devotion were a source of strength and comfort throughout her arduous journey toward recovery, as reported by People magazine. However, despite the profound bond forged through adversity, the specter of illness cast a shadow over their relationship, hastening the eventual dissolution of their marriage. In an interview with the British tabloid The Daily Mail, Newton-John reflected on the impact of her illness on her relationship with Lattanzi, suggesting that it may have accelerated their separation, as detailed by the NZ Herald. Despite the bittersweet conclusion to their marriage, Newton-John and Lattanzi maintained an amicable rapport, navigating their transition from partners to co-parents with grace and dignity. In the years following their divorce, both Newton-John and Lattanzi found new paths forward, embracing life's uncertainties with courage and resilience. Lattanzi eventually found love again with his current wife, Michelle Lattanzi, whose poignant tribute to Newton-John upon news of her passing underscored the enduring impact of their shared experiences and the enduring legacy of Newton-John's remarkable life and career. Besides, the mysterious disappearance of Olivia Newton-John's ex-boyfriend, Patrick McDermott, stands as one of the most perplexing and tragic chapters in her love life. In 2005, McDermott, a light technician, embarked on an overnight fishing trip off the coast of California and never returned, as documented by journalist Tim Tiemann. What began as a routine excursion turned into a baffling mystery that would haunt Newton-John and the public for years to come. McDermott's disappearance unfolded under peculiar circumstances. He had made a reservation for himself on a charter boat, which set sail with other passengers, according to NBC News. Upon its return the following night, McDermott was conspicuously absent, despite other passengers reporting having seen him disembark. His belongings remained untouched on the boat, adding to the intrigue surrounding his sudden vanishing act. Official investigations into McDermott's disappearance concluded that he likely drowned, as reported by Yahoo News. However, this determination did little to quell the torrent of questions and conspiracy theories that swirled in the aftermath of his disappearance. One prevailing theory speculated on McDermott's financial woes, citing his bankruptcy filing in 2000 and ongoing struggles to meet alimony payments to his ex-wife, as reported by NBC News. Could McDermott have orchestrated his own disappearance to evade his financial responsibilities? Newton-John was left reeling in the wake of McDermott's baffling disappearance, grappling with the shock and grief of losing a former partner under such perplexing circumstances. Despite having been separated for months prior to McDermott's disappearance, Newton-John made a heartfelt public plea for assistance in the search for him, a testament to the enduring bond they shared. The emotional toll of McDermott's disappearance weighed heavily on Newton-John, prompting her to seek solace in antidepressants for 3 months as she struggled to come to terms with the unsettling turn of events, as noted by Tim Tiemann. Despite the passage of time, Newton-John found it difficult to find closure, admitting in a 2009 interview with the New York Post that she had yet to come to peace with the incident. Even years later, in a 2013 interview, Newton-John acknowledged that thoughts of McDermott still lingered in her mind, a poignant reminder of the enduring impact of loss and unanswered questions on the human heart. What do you think about the tragedies that Olivia Newton-John had to go through? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye!